Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. Now, I know y'all have always wanted to learn about hacking, and I'm here to teach you a little bit about hacking. I can tell you that hacking is not easy. It's way over my head sometimes. Way over my head. But once I begin to understand hacking and web application security in particular, it actually can be pretty fascinating and it can be pretty cool. So, I would like to share with you a couple of things that attackers can do when they hack. In essence, this will be a bit of like a hacking 101 for anybody here who hasn't really had an introduction to hacking. They want to learn about it, and for people that also don't know what hacking is. They don't know what hacking can do. So what is the first thing that an attacker can do? Well, if you're a regular user and you go to access Google, right? You have a U and you have Google. And you initiate a request to get your emails. You issue this request, it goes to this side, and then it comes back to the other side, to you. You issue the request, it goes to Google servers. From the Google servers, it goes to your computer, right? Perfect. So what attackers can do is right here in the middle, they can set up a trafficking device. They can set up there's this software that is called Burp Suite, and what Burp Suite does is it monitors all this traffic that normal users would not be able to access. So whenever you make a request to Google servers, there's this software that sits in the middle that is able to access all of this unseen traffic that is beneath what regular users can see from their web browsers. And what this allows attackers to do is to see more, is to access data they're not supposed to be able to access, right? What can they do with this data? No, that's the first point, is they can access it, right? Well, what is the second thing that the attackers can do with this? What is the second thing that they can do? The second thing is they take it, they can access this data, and they can modify it, right? So say this request is going from your computer and is going to Google. Perfect, right? So you're creating a request to get your emails, correct? And you want to see all your emails. But what an attacker can do is he can see this request that is going underneath the browser level. He can see this traffic and he can modify it. He can modify it, try to extract some other data. That is my third point, extract. Now, when an attacker can view this, he can modify it, right? And when he can modify it, he can say, let me send this request and catch it. And in this request, it says, account peter@gmail.com, password, whatever my password is, and mailbox number 23, right? Well, what if an attacker can change just the mailbox ID number on there? Change it, right? So you send the request through, the attacker catches it. So the attacker sends this request, right? He sends the request, he catches it so he can see it. He changes the mailbox ID to 75. Maybe that's Beto's email because we want to see what he's got going on in there. And and we catch it, we modify it, we send it through, and then Google, if it doesn't have very good security, and you'd be surprised how many web applications do not have good security, they blindly send the modified request back for mailbox number 75 without any extra authentication for mailbox number 75. So now the attacker can see the mailbox contents of Beto. Or I could see the mailbox contents of Beto, which I'm not supposed to be able to do, but because I set up this extra software that I can monitor traffic with, now I'm able to access it. I can see it when regular people can't. Then I can modify it, and I can change the request to be extracting data, different data that I'm not supposed to see. And 3 is extract that data, get that data, read it, and successfully read Beto's emails or anybody's emails. So you see, that is just breaking down the 3 steps of what hackers can do. And now you apply this 3 steps to banking. You apply it to getting in somebody's home camera. You can do the same kind of process. You can do this process to get into somebody's phone. And there's just a number of different exploits that can be utilized using this approach. So I hope this was informative. If you have any questions for me, I would love to answer your questions after the meeting is over. Please come up and talk to me, and I can shed light on whatever you didn't understand or clarify some things for you. And thank you guys.